Welcome back, lads, to another episode of our playthrough here, where in the previous episode we began a huge war, a huge European war here, of course, over the area of Newmark, or at least most of it. Really paying the price here, really putting the work in for these provinces, fighting some of the more powerful nations in the world combined over these few provinces, but it ain't nothing to an Ulm, right? We just happen to be playing one of the most overpowered nations in the whole game, so it's actually pretty easy, to be honest. But yeah, really enjoying it here. It's a rough one. We've focused on Austria quite diligently. That's the word I'm looking for. Focusing here on Austria, and just about got the separate piece from him, which is great. We're also going to go ahead and annul his alliance with Spain and anyone else, so that hopefully in the future we can turn on him and gobble him up. But it's definitely given the opponents a nice head start here in northern Germany. But with no more further ado, lads, let's get back into it here. Just defeated him in the Battle of Ulm. And last episode we also became a monarchy. We go ahead and I can't speak for some reason today. Royally marriage Kurland. Really hoping once again for the theme and the purposes of the series, guys, or the challenge here, that Kurland accepts Lithuanian culture upon integrating or coring up this territory that we've given to him. And then I'll feel very comfortable handing those provinces off to him in the future as well. But let's get back to this war here. Currently, Lithuania themselves are happy with us, but we can't get a royal marriage with him. They're happy with us in terms of liberty desire, but they're not happy in terms of relations. Ooh, okay, I'm just going to walk everything onto here and then just divide them up. It's the easiest way to make sure that my armies are... they have the correct composition. Really? Catholic rebels over there. Alright. There's really not much I can do about that. So we should have 3 stacks now, despite hiring more mercs and so on. We should have 3 stacks of the correct composition here. Just need to reinforce a little bit. Losing some of our claims, that's annoying. Let's claim up this territory as that huge coalition comes up in 81, and we're approaching 81 here soon. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on these here, guys. The succession tab from now on, as we are a monarchy ourselves. Please be good here. 322. Ah, amazing queen. I wish that was our ruler. As much as it pains me, he's got an average claim as well. This guy is going to be around for a long time, and this dude will be elderly-ish himself, middle-aged, and he's pretty bad. As much as it pains me, because I want my prestige for fighting the war's purposes. Luckily, these two's prestige is low as well. Great. We're going to go ahead and re-roll this air, is what I was going to say. As much as it pains me, for negative 50 prestige. So I'm going to be kind of prestige farming. And with that in mind, let's get rid of the development here. And do I want prestige or morale? I don't think we need the morale to slap these guys around. We've already established that Bohemia and Denmark are weak. So I'm going to go for yearly prestige here to get it up that much faster. Because I think that's important. We can use that prestige to roll good heirs like this. Oh, he gave me the province. What a legend. Thank you. We only had 3% participation, and the Papal State gave me a province here from Switzerland. What a champion. I actually kind of gave up on that last episode. Oh, man. Can you just... 243. Didn't expect that to get another one so soon. I'll probably reroll them, but I'm going to wait. We're sieging really poorly, guys. Getting out-sieged. Even by Hungary, I was way ahead of them. I'm nervous that Austria's going to man up on me, which he didn't, thankfully. Yeah, so look at this. I'm so salty. He started that siege way after me. Come on, dude. Look at the garrison's basically dying. That was a quick siege, but I'm stuck here. He shouldn't be able to stack like this. I'm surprised we got that one. So that makes me feel a little bit better. But this is literally killing me. It's literally killing me. These sieges are literally killing me. This is the detriment to our country is cannot even be articulated. We shouldn't have had to endure that. Get a life. Austria. Quickly, let's check his diplomacy really quick. Lorraine. Okay. Alright. I want to break it with Bohemia as well. You're kidding me. Okay. Let's let the month end. Okay, so I got an idea. We can annul his alliance with Austria. I want a short truce time though. Bohemia's out, and then we can annul his alliance with Spain. There we go. Not so worried about our short truce time here. Let's take cash. Okay, there we go. Negative 40%, guys. Damn. That's due to all the sieges they pulled off. Like Hungary speed sieged that down. I mean, I did the same on Prague, which makes me feel a little bit better. I shouldn't be so salty. But we're in a bad... We got to come back, essentially, don't we? Lucky one time? Oh, okay. Never lucky. Brutal. Rough. Alright, we've got to go come back. I mean, we can do this. We're just objectively stronger than them, but it's just, it's brutal. It's costly and brutal. So these claims will have to do us there, because I'm sick of having my diplomat there. And, let's start making other claims. Now, notice how we have plutocratic ideas. Again, I know the vast majority of people know this, but notice how, despite having 2 military groups, there's only 1 military group that's being used, because now that we're a monarchy, we have the option to take aristocratic ideas. So in other words, there's always a hidden idea, and plutocratic is usually the one. We managed to take it this time around, which is pretty cool. Aristocratic is a weak idea in my opinion, but it has very strong policies. I will actually check out some of the policy combinations to kind of refresh my memory, because I am not the most policy-oriented player, but now that you actually get the policies at 0 cost, well, 9 of them at least, they are more intriguing. I do know already what I want to take, but I will consider if one of the policies is amazing enough, then I will reconsider. And we might, believe it or not take something like aristocratic at a later date, but I doubt it. Okay, I think I'm improving relations with Lithuania. Yeah, I guess we're just re-sieging this for now. So he's walking out here. That Brandenburg general's freaking me out. Because we get -1 to rolls. If they stick together and pile in against me somewhere, then like we're gonna get wrecked. I can imagine Poland is going to become an invalid rival at any stage, guys, and Bohemia will not be far behind them. But I'm kind of hoping they maintain it until our next wars with either of them. Truce with Poland comes up in 81, which is 3 years. A lot of truces with significant nations coming up around that time. Now, we have We're just so strong economically. I love it, dude. In fact, I think we've basically not fallen into debt, like, ever this playthrough, right? Which is awesome. Maybe at some stage in the early game we had an event or something and it pushed me under and then I had to repay it, but pretty much no. We're pretty much just doing amazingly economically. I mean, we have additional mercenaries available. 10% more available mercenaries, and we have all of our mercenaries hired out. We're reinforcing them, and we're just rolling. This is awesome. Feels real good, man. So with length of war, if we siege all the stuff up, Denmark should be near piecing out, I would say. I'll reduce my war exhaustion. We're doing really well on Diplo points. It's a real big shame though that on Diplo points, and admin points for that matter, the income is suddenly so much worse than it was in previous years. It's quite saddening, in fact. We had such good rulers, but that's the thing of the past, man, with our 144. I do want to make sure, hopefully, that we have good area though, which is something we have a little bit of control over. Currently, 243 is not terrible if our ruler abruptly dies. You know what, speaking of which, we can now boost our stability for not such an outrageous cost. But speaking of which... Oh, yeah! If we use George, who just happens to be a badass, we could get this Queen Regency, 633. So, the Papal State... he's only got one occupation. His friend, one province minor, took all of the occupations, but yeah, turns out he was successful. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Tuscany here is small, but strengthening our ally of the Pappy, it's a good thing. I want our current allied Italian nations to kind of consolidate themselves a little bit and become a little bit more powerful, so then they're not useless, because we even want to turn against this guy, guys. I mean, everybody. Ideally, we want diplomacy outside of Europe, because because Europe is what we're going to own, right? So let's have a look. He didn't give Lucca any land, yeah, but he freed Siena. He only took the one, poor guy. He was so denied there. We're so much stronger than this guy, but we really got caught off guard. Yes, get wrecked. El Rico Ronid. Alright, war score has recovered. In that sense, his enthusiasm is terrible, and just got to get Denmark out of this war. How well are these rebels doing? I'm more worried about the Lithuanian separatists or whatever than anything else. We're stuck out here. It's hard to believe. Can't get access here at the moment because our enemies cancelled access. Rebels fighting with rebels. Poor Kurland, man. He's struggling. I need one of those events to be able to pay off his war exhaustion. There's an event which I can't remember what it costs. It's something expensive. If it's money, it would not be an issue for us. And it reduces your subject's war exhaustion by 10%. Let's build a manufactory there in Ulsberg. One that we can develop fairly easily in the future. Prestige is apparently going up by 2 yearly, but it feels pretty slow at the moment. I wonder if we have a yearly prestige guy. No, we don't. Come on. Just going for the separate peace. Now it's almost 1580. And at 81, a lot of our truces come up, including Poland. Poland is just looking free. Absolutely free. So I'd look forward to smashing him. Alright, let's go finally clean up the rebel situation here. Nice, that doesn't cost us any legitimacy, so let's do it. One of our military leaders left, which is not so cool, but we happen to have an awesome general from our ruler. So that is cool. We've got one general for each stack. Because right now I value my military points. I'd rather not roll generals like we have been. Okay, Lithuania should be feeling better now. And what's the deal, Denmark? Do you... I guess this war hasn't been going on for too long. Yeah, he doesn't really care at this stage. That's annoying. Might have to go back up into Viborg just like last time. Our other option is to just take this one, which would be much more achievable. Just take his capital. We could do it now. But that was a lot of work. I mean, I think you guys kind of understand what's going on, but I'm doing the whack-a-mole approach. Like, I feel like I have to declare the war to prevent him from joining the coalition. So there's a huge part of it is that it's a victory in that sense, that we're winning and so on. But yeah, that was quite costly, and I think at this stage I would like to fully annex him. The only thing we should have to do is separate peace Denmark, but right now it doesn't seem like that would be so easy. Lithuania is just about happy with us, finally, which is good. We're so rich, this is awesome. Just full-blown industrializing my country like it's no big deal. Now the English Channel, I'm sure, 55, will be spawning global trade here in about 20 years, so there's that to consider. It shouldn't take us too long, considering how close we are, but more importantly, how we have level 2 market towns all over the place. It shouldn't take us too long at all to embrace it ourselves. And we will have the affluence to be able to embrace it immediately. But I'm not going to lie, guys, I did envision myself by 1600 to be dominating the English Channel. We're a little bit more Eastern European oriented, and it's a little bit hard to just judge that stuff in general. I mean, the aggressive expansion, it kind of forces your hand sometimes, you know, juggling around the truces and so on, just doing what you can. It's like you don't really have a choice sometimes. Peasants in Aachen, where we have a fort. Yep, I don't want to spend my prestige, so I'll buy us a little bit of time. I guess this guy's freed up. Can go hit up those Norwegians as well. Now, these points in Diplo and Admin, guys, I want to value them as much as possible, so get as near to the cap as possible, because this 114 rip feels bad, man. Feels sad, bad, man. Lithuania is happy. I mean, the thing is, guys, we get some new states, hopefully, from something, and then I'd love to be admin coring these provinces up as well. It was appropriately timed, though. We had tons of admin when that occurred. Okay, so I'm going to run over here and fight these dudes naturally, and hopefully peace them out. What should my diplomat be doing? Got 2 claims here. Claimed everything I can from Poland, which I think is our next war. The truce is about to come up. Same goes for Ruskies. Ruskies look vulnerable in the sense that they don't have allies. That's good. How's our force limit? Okay, I'm going to get a few more cannons going. These cannons are looking pretty good. I mean, they're alright. But we've got manpower. So let's do that. I guess claiming Austria directly. That's something we should do. Where's his truce there? It's 4 years away. He might ally somebody though. But yeah, claiming Austria directly as well to go in against him. That could be a play. Somewhere to spend to use our diplomats. Otherwise, we're pretty good. Let's influence Lithuania. Start getting our trust up, which will help a lot when he's a larger size for liberty desire reasons and so on. Let's look at their debt here. 260, and Lithuania's not in debt at least. I think these forts are creating some debt issues, but we've got a pretty good job. They do a good job blocking out enemies now. These 3, like Russians and so on, in the future with their locations. I can take admin points. I hope we don't hit the cap. This is something I should be doing. I really hope we don't hit the cap, though. Kind of hoping I can stay ahead of the game here by coring this up and then going in against Poland and coring that up. And yeah, continuing onwards. Because it would be really painful to be developing or something to that effect when I make so few points. Wow, beautiful. Stack wiped. That was Brandenburg's troops as well. Excellent. Actually didn't expect to stack wipe that when I saw Brandenburg going in. Oh, 20% aggressive expansion. That would have been... I know that's the second time that's happened this series, this playthrough, but both times our aggressive expansion was extremely high when it did occur. It would have been really nice. Our spy network's not doing anything in Cologne. Would have been really nice if it occurred at a kind of earlier date, but still, I won't scoff at it, because we do want to manage our aggressive expansion with France, which is going to become more and more significant here going into the future. Now, our truce just came up with Poland, and I'd love to be going in against him. I'd love for this war to be wrapping itself up here, guys, but it's not. We need to get Denmark out. I'm doing just about everything I can do. Okay, with some new stuff here, let's just loot in the meantime. I mean, time is really on our side here. His war exhaustion's going up. And... where are you? I thought I told you to go there, dude. Please don't let those rebels be successful. Yeah, time is really on our side. It's gonna take a while. There's the scornful insult. Okay. I see. Cool, interesting. My insult did nothing to him. Okay. Wow, there's the huge coalition, guys, coming up. So, already some nations jumping in. We can fight this simultaneously. Take Lubeck and maybe Hamburg as well. Because otherwise, they would have jumped straight into this coalition just like that. Let's go around separate piecing them. See, I'm worried about our admin cap here, man. Can we get you out of this war, please, Denmark? Please, bro. Seems to change about one modifier every month. Oh, he's not my rival. I thought Russia was our rival. I was about to embargo him. But not yet. He will be our rival in the future, I'm sure. Damn, Lubeck, why are you able to siege that down so quickly? This is a higher level fort, isn't it? Yes, it is. 5. Shoot. This is something we could have been doing as well with our money. I'm going to do it there. Inevitably, we're going to have big wars around here. I'm thinking about deleting this one, but let's keep that one up. In the woods. Let's do it in our capital as well. Seems like the Eastern Front wars will be a lot easier than the Western Front at this stage. The coalition, man. So nations like Bohemia, I really want to be prepped and ready to go in against them. It's a miracle that Poland has not joined the coalition already. He probably will, which is sad because I want to crush him badly. Now this guy's Protestant. I'm really interested to see, because I got a claim, guys. What I'm planning to do is take Hamburg after occupying it, but true. He's not co-belligerent. I should have made him co-belligerent. It wouldn't have made a difference either. Damn it! No, we're just gonna have to take Lubeck here. I should have made him co-belligerent and taken them both. I was gonna say it's gonna be interesting to see the aggressive expansion. It's gonna be really high by taking that, but he's Protestant, so it should keep France out. But it's gonna be a non-issue anyway, because we're not gonna be able to do it because of war score restrictions. So I'm quite sad about that, but oh well. It is what it is. Should have made him co-belligerent, that's my own fault. Now, is this guy allied to Great Britain still? No, he's not, thank goodness. Phew. Because he triggered the coalition and he brought Great Britain in against us, if you recall, which made the coalition that much more formidable. As Great Britain is basically impossible, it certainly was then, two separate peace. So it was just legions more soldiers which were descending upon us via the British Isles. I might wait here. This is woods, but just gonna go in. Yep, Poland joins the coalition. I'm sad. I'm sad. Denmark is so close. So let's equip our best general, our ruler, George. Brandenburg's 100%ed. I might do that. Let's piece out by this method. And considering, yeah, I'm going to take this as well. Considering I'm lacking things to call now because I can't go straight in against Poland like I would like. But what this will do is it will give a huge truce with Denmark, which is good because I don't feel like dealing with him in particular. I don't feel like charging in and going into his territory in particular. And that means he'll stay out of the truce because we basically 100% at Denmark there. That's much better than white piecing him. I'm happy about that. We even took one of his territories, so finally, that war is over. Now here we take Lubeck, obviously, so that's something to core up. But otherwise, we're basically blocked out, so it's going to be Bohemia. It's definitely going to be Bohemia. We have to be poised. We can't let him join the coalition. This war has to be over, guys. So it's these three guys here that we're fighting currently. It has to be over. And we have to be ready to go straight in against Bohemia. Nice. I can call the Papal State in, but we'll be utilizing that in the future. Not now. These favors that we have, we don't need them desperately right now. I'm worried about my cannons being caught out, but it looks like we're in the clear. Yeah, I'm also worried about our ability to siege down these things, these forts, high-level forts, given the kind of time constraint that we have. Now, you guys can see how active we are at war, guys. If we take innovative, which is what I plan to do next, that 0.05 war exhaustion on top of Defending the Faith would be really, really nice to help us here, hopefully preventing us from having to reduce war exhaustion really much or at all. Yep, so I have to declare this regardless of the circumstances, guys, this war. With that in mind, I guess these forts, these assaults will probably be over, so worst case scenario, we're just sitting here on Lubeck, and then we have two armies mobilized and ready to fight Bohemia. But Lubeck itself is a really nice region, guys, really nice province, and what we can do is now collect in Lubeck. I'll definitely consider doing that. Collecting Lubeck once we've taken Lubeck. It's already stated up, so that's good. And then if we have an available merchant, 50% cheaper and prestige, yes please. Okay, this prestige, excuse me, this guy is cheaper. He's accepted culture, fantastic. We're gonna upgrade him to at least rank 2 there. Get some more points going. Now, we just lost 10% production, which was a huge hit. Like, that 10% is worth a lot. I was going to say, yeah, the influence that we have in the Baltic Sea can be transferred to Lubeck, and we will be getting another merchant soon off global trade. That's definitely on the horizon. Depending on how affluent we are in Lubeck, guys, we can transfer both of this into it, and it could be a huge boon here, getting this influence in Lubeck. Taking all of this from Bohemia will be really nice as well and satisfying. A long time in the making. So, as it stands, Bohemia will be a pushover. RIP prestige. Burgundy doesn't have good prestige either. He's allied to Bohemia. So if we can do transfer trade power, that would be worth a lot for us. Given what I just spoke about. And we're progressing fairly quickly. Truce with Bohemia is in August next year. We're keeping up in terms of spending my admin points and points in general, and that's good. Makes me feel better that Poland is inside of the coalition. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Do we have the war score to separate piece him? Nope. Nope. 100%. That's my bad. We should have made him co-belligerent, dude. I'm sad. Alright, it's my own fault. Let's have him transfer trade power, though. Because that's worth a lot. It's worth a ton. So we'd have to go separate piece of the Palatinate once we declared this war. Upgrades, we're actually ahead. And that's a significant tech there with superior units. Yep. Venice leaves the coalition. I guess Venice is afraid. If the coalition diminished, that would be great. I know this province, but I can't... I don't think... Where is it? It's off the top of my head. Ah, yes, of course. Right, this is a trading province. Natural harbor. Otherwise, it's pretty potatoey. So if we do development, I mean, diplo points, production, it affects trade value. There's already a marketplace there. Let's go for... I want the 25 military points, but it's just so dumb to do manpower when we could do production. So let's do it. We're going to spend 100 points here, 100 diplo points here, accepting... Right when I was going to declare war. Feels bad, man. Oh, that's really annoying. That's next year. That's next year. My bad. I'm a little bit ahead of the game. So in terms of time constraint, we're doing just fine. Awesome. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Lubeck has been taken. We're at 19 even before it's caught up. 19%. Cool. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to drill a little bit, and I'm just going to wait before I call this. For our war exhaustion to go down. It goes down pretty quickly. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, that was pretty cool. How's separatism doing on this province? Okay, we can almost convert this back to Westphalian, and now we have Westphalian neighboring it, so it will be even cheaper. Yes! Lithuanian accepted by Kurland. Excellent. I'm really happy about that. So, Kurland is going to be our boy. I wish he was not so poor. One more time. Let's pay him off, see what happens. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention last time. Maybe he accepted the printing press or something when we paid off his debt. Do you see how it's bordering there? I think that might have happened. I think we might have paid off his debt and he took out loans and accepted the printing press last time, so he jumped straight back into debt. Anyway, he's a little bit stronger now. We plan to embolden him. This is the minimum of what I'm going to give him. Now, keep in mind, guys, that he does have other accepted culture slots. So, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I have plans for Scandinavia, but if those plans go awry, I could give him all of Finland, for example, and then maybe he'll accept that as well. Same goes for Russian culture groups, for example. But yeah, I think he's going to be our guy here. He's just going to own this little region, and it is all fully accepted, so we don't have to worry about that going into the future. The Baltic states are basically happy. Well, he got debt again a month later, so that is currently not the case. He currently appears to be doing fine. I want him to kind of prove to me that he is doing fine, so that then I can then divert trade, because he's got 22%. That's the plan. Look at this, 24%. So here's what we're going to do. I mean, it's better than Rhineland. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to collect with the Rhine. We're going to transfer to Lubeck. Now some of this that's here will go to Lubeck anyway. And we're going to transfer here. Hmm. Feels good, man. I know they added more to the trading companies, but I intentionally am trying to avoid some of this stuff. I know how strong trading companies are now, and I've seen everybody playing in India and playing like Portugal. We're going to do a trading company game. I intentionally wanted to stay away from that stuff, guys, and just do what I felt like doing, because those mechanics that were introduced, they're going to get thrashed, and they're going to become like I did my rant. Throughout my rant, I was talking about how like trading companies are so valuable now, which I think they are, and you're kind of forced into fighting over them. I wanted to do something just ignoring those features so that when we do in the future, it feels kind of fresh or whatever. Alright, now I have to make sure my diplomat is free and ready to go. We're going to take a big chunk August in 1584. We're going to take a big chunk out of Bohemia here, guys. It's going to be nice and satisfying. And I think if we have that 20% reduced aggressive expansion, yes, it lasts for ages. We're going to have 50% reduced, right? Right? 40%. We no longer have the 10% from the age bonus. We're going to have 40% reduced with influence ideas. And it's far-ish away from France, so hopefully... Oh, I didn't realize Irish suspension is at 41. Well. Oh no. Oh no. France is going to be in on the coalitions. I'm sure of it. God dang it. France is going to be in on the coalitions when we go in on Bohemia. Let's check. I want to check who would help us against him. Savoy, Papal State, and Milan. We should probably fight the coalition, guys. Savoy, the Papal State, and Milan. Look how many troops these guys have to participate in Milan in particular. Damn, he's got 37,000 troops, 30,000. Savoy is actually by far the weakest here, it looks like. But, so we'll keep that in mind. I think we should fight the coalition. Not yet. What I'm going to try to do is take a big chunk out of Bohemia and then declare straight in on this and fight this. Because that coalition is just going to grow more and more and more, and it's going to become a big problem. And then, of course, there's Austria to consider as well. We want to go smash, not help Austria as well. Now, currently, I don't have an heir. I was kind of hoping to get a new good heir already. We're using our ruler. What would happen if we... Perfect. We'd get a Tristan noble. I mean, that would just be perfect, so I'm not worried. It would be worth any other consequence, like low legitimacy. If our ruler dies right now, the dream would be real, in fact. Considering the circumstances, the dream would be real. The mighty Ulm, though, boys. Over 1,000 development. We just need to get out of this stupid HRE, and then we're Empire Government rank. Feels good, man. The mighty Ulm taking over 7th in score and another 2nd in great power status. I suspect that we will take over Spain fairly soon in great power status. But of course, the Ottomans and Ming will jump up when they stop suffering from these penalties. But we could become the world's greatest great power. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Because we're just that badass. Obviously. Oops, this guy should be over here. So it's not April, it's August, okay. So few months away. 630, dude! Dude! Can you not be 630, please? In respect to what I was talking about just before, guys, if we were to PU Spain, guys, this would be a problem. I think he converted some of this to Sicilian, which is interesting. This would be a problem. I don't think... Obviously, I want Spain as a PU, but this would be a problem. I'm not sure he would ever resolve this for us. So, would we have the coring range? I guess if we were PUing him, these are low enough development, I could probably just take them. As far as that is concerned, I don't know. Would we be able to release Naples, take that, and PU him? Almost certainly not. Yeah, I don't think PUing Spain is an option, even if we have it. Even if we have the option available, I don't think it's a bit of a no-go, guys. Feels bad, man. Because the constraints on our run. I'm just gonna keep influencing Curlin forever. Try to help him out here. This guy needs to be a badass. Now he did have a bit of a break, guys, from war there, which is really nice for him. Hopefully his war position is not so high. It's still high. It's still really high. Poor guy. Alright. The war begins. He did not join the coalition. Awesome. Burgundy is out of the coalition, so is the Palatinate, assuming that, you know, we win this war and so on. They have a truce. Feels good, man. So, let's have a look at the devastating... Whew, yeah, France is at 54. Frick, I didn't rival anybody, I'm so dumb. Okay. He gets negative 2.8 yearly. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe he'll be under 50 by the time we piece him out. Interesting. Oh, Venice is getting attacked. Please be dying to the other Italians. Yes. Look at this three-way Italian alliance. This is pretty cool. But yes, looks like Venice is going down and the other Italians are being emboldened. So, you know, Venice no longer going to be so much of a threat and an issue in terms of... I hate to do this. Rip prestige, dude. Rip prestige. Give me a good ruler, please, for once. A lot of our morale was resourced from our prestige, guys. That's why I'm so sad that it's now non-existent. Oh. My advisor died, oops. I think that was from the event as well. Alright. But I didn't realize it at the time. Burgundy's got a 3-4, so we out-tech him. But our prestige is dismal now. Thankfully, Burgundy's is as well. That makes me a little bit more optimistic. An option I have instead of separate piecing them is just piecing Burgundy out at the same time and giving a long truce with those nations. I might do it. I might do that. It's nice to see that the coalition is depleting, and it's nice to see that we caught this guy out of position. Mohahaha. on the hills. Oh! Doing Prussia proud, boys. Doing Prussia proud. Stickety stack wiping once again. Feels good, man. So 20%. Yeah, it would be. Look at all that going over to Champagne. It would be really nice to have another merchant available. Now, please don't be in debt. He's in debt. It's not so bad, but he's in debt. God dang it, Curland. Because I want to divert his trade there of 19%. But I'm not going to do it while we're just breaking his bank anyway. He'll be okay. He'll be better off when we expand him some more. He'll be just fine. They all go out there and aim his capital because it's for fort level 1? That's so annoying. The reason I'm hesitating to build it up, guys, is because he has to pay for the army maintenance. So it's a bit annoying, but if we keep paying his debt off, he'll come out of this rut. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Just as time goes on, the tech bonuses that you get to production, etc., to trade, etc., he'll come out of the rut that he's in. I wonder if Austria's a valid rival. I don't think they are, which is quite surprising. Like, we're so strong. It's also quite surprising that Norway and Hungary have not been integrated. It's such a late stage in the game, you'd think they would integrate them. I usually see Denmark integrating Norway about this time. Or earlier, I should say. I guess Brittany was allied to Venice, I did not realize. Alright, so Prague falls. His enthusiasm is not low enough. It is low now, apparently. Stacked wiped in there. There we go. Cool. Alright. For the purposes of truce time, I'm going to actually do this. Now, how do we look, France? Not good. We're over 50. Uh-oh. Is France... France is in a war. Alright. I'm going to be bold here, guys. This is the end of the episode. The point of no return. Oh, that's nice and satisfying. Taking a nice big chunk of Central European clay, which of course we will regard as German clay. It's all German clay. And the point of no return in the sense that we now have above 50 aggressive expansion and counting with France. But the thing is, he's involved in a war himself, so he might not join immediately. Now, what I intend to do... We can't rival Austria. Let's do it. Ah, oh, the Italians. Shoot. The Italians are not helping us out because of the war they're fighting in. Okay, well, what I intend to do is attack Austria in that regard, guys, to prevent him from joining the coalition. So that's going to get each of these, if they are in, like Holland, out of the coalition. But that's it. I plan to take a minimum of these next episode. I'm literally going to save it here and start the war from here to keep him out of the coalition. We made him our rival, which was a good move because we need a lot of power production from doing that. Currently, looks like our succession is basically disputed. If our ruler dies, we're going to be, succession war between Spain and Great Britain. So that's making me a bit nervous here, guys. But that, of course, won't happen if we go back to war, which is exactly what we're about to do. And we're kind of in need of an heir now, for real. But I keep re-rolling them because they're such dismal heirs, and I'm really hoping for a good one to set us on the right track in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm really looking forward to attacking Austria next episode, and hope you guys are too. See you then.